Tibia holds chronicles that are extremely complex to uncover. Sometimes, stories that seem to be nothing more than the simple foundation of a quest are actually only the tip of the iceberg of the game's best-guarded secrets. Often, this information is concealed among dusty pages in the most remote libraries, preserved through NPC dialogues and details rendered with such subtlety that, although they are in plain sight, they only reveal themselves to those who venture in search of the hidden. Today, we will explore one of the Druids' most closely guarded secrets, a chapter of their darker, jealously concealed past, whose consequences transformed the fate of Tibia's world. This is the story of the trail of the parents of Ferumbras.
The desolate lands of Plains of Havoc witnessed one of the most renowned and captivating narratives in the game's history. The so-called War of Dreams, starring the Order of the Nightmare Knights in their struggle to preserve the secrets of dreamwalking for noble purposes, against the necromantic order of the Brotherhood of Bones, who sought to wrest away the ancient elven oniric teachings. Most of this story is widely known and celebrated as one of the game's most intriguing chronicles, featuring the revelation of iconic figures such as Goshnar, the Necromant King. The narrative culminates with the King of Necromancy's death at the hands of the Nightmare Knights, and the subsequent extermination of the Order after the Ruthless Seven invaded the pits of Inferno. However, there is a brief sequel to these events that, although far less popular among players, is no less significant. While the war at Plains of Havoc raged on, the chronicles mention a mysterious woman belonging to the Necromantic Order who managed to flee the battle as the Nightmare Knights gained ground. Aware of her importance, the Knights pursued the sorceress to the druidic city of Carlin, where they finally lost her trail among the streets of the ancient city. Despite demanding support from the city's authorities, the Order found no help due to the evident tensions between Carlin and Teis. This mysterious woman who found refuge far from the dawning fires of war was known as Fermubra, the daughter of Goshnar. One might think Fermubra was sheltered in Carlin simply because she was a woman, aligning with the ideals of Queen Eloise. However, it is stated that the Brotherhood of Bones had agents embedded in that city, which gives greater coherence to what happened. Yet this information inevitably led to question: why would there be ties between a necromantic order and the authorities of Carlin? In a subtle detail recorded in the Nightmare Knights Chronicles, it is mentioned that Falnus, the former name Goshnar bore before betraying his order, possessed exceptional skill in the healing arts. This seemingly anecdotal note implies that the Necromant King had druidic roots. Given these facts, it becomes quite logical to think that necromancers, who essentially seek to give life to death, need natural powers associated with life, in which druids would be essential to carry out necromantic ends. Thus, Fermubra's flight to Carlin becomes more than a simple coincidence. Another, even more consequential note is the mention that, when Fermubra fled the war, she was close to giving birth. This completely changes the scope of the tale, since the child of Goshnar's direct bloodline was about to be born, and his destiny would impact the balance of the world. Thus a darker mystery takes shape, casting shadows across all that followed. Who was Ferumbra's father? During the final stretches of the war at Plains of Havoc, when the Ruthless Seven had already torn open the breach toward the pits of Inferno, a new problem arose for the Nightmare Knights. Hugo, the demon bunny. At first glance, a small rabbit-like creature turned out to be a demonic beast and a new problem for the knights. After several deaths within the Order as they tried to contain the little beast, Endelos, one of the knights, managed to trap Hugo with magic inside a cave, keeping him trapped for all the eternity. But where did that little beast come from? Uldrak, the monk of Plains of Havoc, tells that Hugo was accidentally created by Yenny the Gentle, one of the most powerful sorceresses of ancient times. In the towers of the Magic Academy of Edron, Zoltan sheds light on this enigmatic woman, noting that she was one of the founders of a druidic order called Krunor's Caress, which originated in the lands of Karlin. The suspicion steadily intensified as that the loose ends in Fermubra's story seems to re-emerge through new information, pointing to a close relationship between Yenny and Gojnar's daughter. In the northern lands of Karlin, Padrea, one of the city's druids, told us that Krunor's Caress was a footnote from the past not worth mentioning. Though her tone betrayed a desire to hide a dark history, she also explained that the Order founded a temple at the south of Mount Sternum. Once there, Lubo confirms that the roadside inn belonged to the Druidic Order in the past and was later purchased by his grandfather after a let's say, curious accident on the property. That accident arose when a rabbit escaped behind the inn while a powerful ritual was underway, culminating in the transformation of the animal into a beast. So, it became clear that the ritual in progress fused the animal with Hugo, giving place to the birth of the demon bunny in the merchant's humble house. In the vast library safeguarded by the monks of Isle of the Kings, there rests a curious book written by one who called himself Hugo. Its words recount his life in modest tones, describing himself as a humble monk. Yet the final passage is struck through, as if humility itself forbade him to speak further. What might seem trivial is, in truth, unsettling. This paradox between humility and self-praise suggests that Hugo the Humble was nothing but a mask, a name chosen to conceal an unspoken design. Yenny the Gentle, Hugo the Humble, two names cloaked in virtue, yet hiding intentions steeped in shadow. And the whispers that claimed they were the parents of Ferumbras no longer felt like idle tales, but fragments of a greater truth. Piece by piece, the puzzle revealed itself. Ferumbra had hidden under the guise of Yenny the Gentle, while her partner assumed the role of Hugo the Humble. Together they shaped a druidic order that outwardly honoured the god of nature, but inwardly served the will of Zathroth. Their refuge in Karlin and Isle of the Kings were no coincidence. Hugo's writings betray his hand within the monastic order, twisting it from the inside. And Yenny gave birth to Ferumbras among the monks' hidden circles in Ghostland, where, by the way, the secret library of Zathroth would one day rise in silence. A lineage stretching back to Gojnar and even further, to the ancient pharaohs of Ankramun, specifically to Horestis himself. Perhaps Ferumbras was no accident of history, but rather a deliberate heir of corruption. A child born not merely of flesh, but destined to born in service to the dark god. And so I am left with a single haunting thought. How many secrets still lie buried beneath the dust, yet to be revealed?